Hi, I'm TaraFly. I'm a cat artist. I paint cats dressed in clothing, usually as characters from classic literature and history, but sometimes from my imagination.
2 years ago, I published a calendar of my artwork with the help of Kickstarter and 24 backers. Last year, I was able to successfully fund a second calendar with all new artwork. The first 2 calendars were very well received, so we're back to do it again.
Kickstarter project will fund the 2017 Literary Cats Calendar, which is a limited edition calendar featuring brand new original paintings that I've completed over the past several months.
This calendar has been designed completely by me and will be printed right here in the US.
As not only the artist, but also the sole designer of this project, I've been able to take feedback from my previous calendars to make this one even better. This was my current calendar, the 2016 calendar, and as you can see, the images here, they carry over into the second page, which makes it difficult to frame because you end up cutting off half the image. So I've redesigned it. This is a mock-up of my calendar for next year. I've redesigned it so that all of the artwork is featured on the top half so that you can either frame it as is with the quote, it'll be 8.5 by 11, or you can cut out the individual images. They measure exactly 5 by 7, and you can just pop them into frames. So you get 12 pieces of art for one calendar. Another change I've made is to enlarge the grid. See, this is the grid for the current calendar, and then this is the grid for the calendar next year. Gives everyone more room to write on the individual spaces. The biggest change, I think, I have to credit to one of my backers, Max from Sweden, when he so innocently asked me if I could publish a calendar that starts on a Monday. And I thought, oh, Monday. When I first came up with the idea for doing a calendar a couple of years ago, I assumed that I would be selling most of them locally and maybe a few off of my website. But last year, roughly a third of my backers came from outside the US, and it was then that I realized just how narrow my thinking was. I mean, after all, I had a cat holding an American flag for July. You really can't get more specific than that. So with that in mind, this year I decided to publish 2 versions of my calendar, one for the US and Canada, and one for Europe and the UK. The European calendar will include all of the major holidays celebrated by the European Union and the UK, and it will start on a Monday. And the North American calendar will have all of the holidays celebrated by the United States and Canada, and it will start on Sunday.
My plan for this campaign is to order 200 US calendars and 50 European calendars. Of course, if I receive more pledges, I will increase the number of calendars I order. These are limited edition calendars. I'll only be ordering them once. Any calendars that remain after the Kickstarter pledges are filled will be available to purchase from my website. They will retail for $20.
Last year I ran my Kickstarter campaign a little bit later in the year, and I got my calendars in late October, and they were completely sold out before the holidays. And there were a few people who were on the fence, and they were sort of waiting until the last minute to order one, and they weren't able to get one. So I encourage you, I urge you, if you are interested in getting a calendar this year, please back this project and back it soon. This is the only way I can guarantee that you're going to get one. Now, my cat calendars make really good gifts in and of themselves, but as an incentive to back this project, I have a few special rewards that are just for Kickstarter that are sure to give you the perfect gift options.
The archival reproductions of my artwork are made in my studio using cold pressed paper and pigment inks, and each one comes signed and dated on the back. These are normally priced at $20. The magnets are a very popular item at $5 a piece. I assemble each one myself. They're very collectible and make great gifts. The coloring pages are new. I've never sold them before. They're based on the sketches and line art from my paintings and are printed on heavy cardstock measuring 8 by 10. They fit easily into frames that you may have lying around, so when you're finished coloring them with pencils or markers, you can simply pop them into any 8 by 10 frame. They will be available for purchase once the Kickstarter ends and will retail for $15.
So the bundle package, which includes the calendar and all of these really great gifts for cat people, will only be available through Kickstarter.
The final tier is an opportunity limited to just 4 backers, a specially commissioned portrait in my new line of flower fairy cats. This is a series I began working on back in May, inspired by Victorian fashions and those large hats women used to wear. As an avid gardener, it also gives me an excuse to paint flowers. If you decide upon this pledge level, you'll receive a custom original painting measuring 5 by 7, in which you get to decide upon the breed of cat, its fur color, and the type of flower represented. This pledge also includes the basic bundle package of 1 calendar, 1 print, 1 magnet, and coloring pages.
I think this Kickstarter project has something for everyone who loves cats and art. I hope you'll consider backing my calendar and sharing it with your friends. Thank you for your support.